So when we're in Google Drive, what we can do is we can go to New, and then if we go to Google Slides, and a new slide presentation is going to open. So what we're going to do is we're going to just pick a theme. We'll just select a simple theme, select OK. And I'm going to just remove these header boxes by clicking on them and pressing delete. So the first thing we want to do is we want to put in an introductory sheet. So we'll put in a header, so we'll say insert. We're going to put in a text box. We're going to put it up the top as our header. And we're going to enter in some text. So we're going to put in e-learning educators demonstration game. We're now going to insert another text box. And in this text box, we're going to enter some more text. The next thing we want to do is insert an image. So if we go to insert image, we can then upload an image, we can take a snapshot, or we can add an image from our Google Drive or somewhere else. So we will add our image, and we'll just move it slightly so it doesn't overline the text. The next thing we want to do is we want to put in a button. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to use a shape. So if we go into our shapes, and we can select any shape, let's select the shape here, and let's draw it in down here, and let's type in here continue. And in here we can then make the text bold. We can also center the text, and we now have our little continue button. Now what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this slide, because we can just use it as a template. And in our first slide we had welcome and background, and in our second slide we're going to put in some instructions, and all we have to do is overwrite this text here. Okay, so now we have our first two slides. Let's start our game. So I've copied that slide, and I'm working on the third slide. I'm going to delete all of this, and I'm going to leave the header in place, and I'm going to change the background of this to a green color, and I am going to draw some pictures to make a game. So let's insert some shapes, and we will get some circles. One. Okay, and let's just move these around. So I inserted a circle, and then I copied it, and I pressed paste, and I've made sure that I have all of these lined up. Now we want to make this a game, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a road, as you've seen from the example, through the game. So I'm going to insert another shape, and I'm going to insert a rectangle. Pull this over, make it a little bit bigger. Rotate it a little. Lift it up here, line it up basically, and then I am going to send it backwards. I'm going to bring this one forward, bring to front, and I'm going to bring this one forward, bring to front. Now I'm going to copy this, because this can then be used over here and over here and here, and then I can just rotate them around. Okay, so now I'm going to insert a line to make it look like a road, and I'm going to insert a line from there to there. Make that a little bit straighter so it's looks more in the middle, and then I'm going to change the type of line to a dotted line to make it look like a road. And I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to put it on the other roads too. Now I'm going to insert some text to the box. So if I right click, and I can edit text, and I am going to say stage 1 start here, and I'm going to put this in red because it's the first one. I'm going to center it, and I'm going to make it bold. In here I'm going to do the same, edit text, Now I'm going to insert some images. So I'm going to put a car here and we're going to drive on each stage until we get to the end. So let's put in another image for the end. Now we have our game type template ready and we can put in our first question. So I'm going to take slide 2 and I'm going to copy slide 2. I'm going to remove the continue button and I'm going to overwrite the instructions with the first question. And I'm going to make this text box a lot smaller. And then I'm going to put in 2 buttons with my suggested answers. So again, we will just insert some shapes and we'll put some text into them. So now we have 2 suggested answers. We have our question, which Google tool was used to create this e-learning game. We have 2 suggested answers. So now we need a slide for a right answer and we need a slide for a wrong answer. So we'll make a duplicate again of the slide 2. And I am going to delete the image this time and I'm going to insert a new image and I'm going to update the instructions and I'm going to remove this button and I think I'll insert another image to this page. So now we have a you are correct page. So let's put in a you are wrong page. So we will just copy this one. And we will remove this image and we'll put in a different image, a losing type image, and we'll update our text. We'll delete this out of here. Move this up a bit. So now we have our question, we have our right answer, we have our wrong answer. So we need to duplicate our template here. We'll copy this. We'll bring this down here. And what's going to happen is, when they pass, this car is going to go up here. We'll change this to black. We'll say complete. We will change this to red. Because it's the active stage. So we've built our template now. Now the key to building an e-learning game in Google Slides or in PowerPoint for that matter is the linking. And we're going to go back now through all these slides and I'm going to show you how we actually link all of these slides together. So back on slide 1 we have continue. So let's right click on this and let's go to link. And you'll see down here it says slides in this presentation. And what we're going to do is we're actually just going to go to the next slide and press apply. On our second slide, we're also going to go to our link and we're going to go to the next slide and press apply. Now we're in our game as such. So what will happen is we are in e-learning educators, the welcome and the background, and we go to next slide and it jumps us to the next slide. The next slide will then jump us to the game. So what we want here is to take this circle here and we want to link this circle here to our question 1. So if we go to link, slides in this presentation. Now we know from our sidebar over here it's slide number 4. So we can scroll down here and we can actually select the slide number, which is slide number 4, and select apply. So let's now jump to slide number 4 and it brings us to our question. Which Google tool was used to create this e-learning game? Google Slides or Google Sheets? Google Slides is our correct answer, so we need to link this particular one to our correct answer sheet. So if we link slides in this presentation, and our correct answer slide is slide number 5, and apply. And our incorrect answer slide, which we're going to link, is going to be slide in this presentation, slide number 6, and press apply. So let's go down to slide number 5, and you are correct. Move on to the next stage. So this is going to go to our game slide. So if we click on this, link, and it's going to link to slide number 7. One of the problems that I've had with using Google Docs in the browser is that if your linking is down the bottom, you can't seem to scroll down. So you've got two solutions for this. You can either change the zoom or you can just temporarily move your button. And I'm just going to temporarily move my button. And then I'm going to link it. We could see more of the slides now. Slide 7. Apply. I'm going to move the button back down. And our wrong answer, well, we want to go back to our question so they can reselect the question. So let's add a link and the slide in this presentation, which is slide number 4. Apply. And then this will then bring us back down to the game when they get correct. So we have all our linkages set up for the start of the game. It's very easy now to copy and paste these slides. So if we take from slide 4, slide 5, by pressing Control and selecting them, 6 and 7, if we copy all of them and paste them as new slides, so we have stage 2. Let's go back up here now to our original stage 2, and we need to link this to our second question, which is going to be slide 8. And press apply. So that will now link to slide 8. But if we go to slide 8, we can see now that our links have updated. So it's now going to slide 9, which means our incorrect answer is now going to slide 10. If we go to our correct answer, this is going to slide 11, which we can see over here is slide 11. Now we're going to need to update this slide as well. You'll need to move this down. You'll need to change this to complete. And change this to red and hyperlink this to the next one. And at the end, you will get a game as the game that I showed in the introduction to this particular session. Don't forget, you can actually download the template that I have built and you can use it as a template. But it's very important that you know how to actually build these type of games. These type of games can be built extremely similarly using Microsoft PowerPoint, and it's the hyperlinking that is important.